Ze had de flying hekken. Die ging meiden. Wat hadden nog zo? It is then the first stigmatas people, stigmatics. Say this was kind of probably the first, but the first most documented is Francisco Fascissi. Ze had er hekken genen. Exactly. Then up here in Europe, probably Muslims also with Mohammed, I don't know. People who wore the stigmat of Jesus, the hand wound and legs and Roman spear on the back, So how to fly heck, This is like one puts him on the stigmatas or what. When Europe coming to Mongols, the first stigmatic Francisco Assisi, Romania Jesus is Isus. I was in Romania means up, whatever. When the Tartars, I saw this date also, wikis, this date also put on May 31, but half against Jesus, Phoenix Cycle. Fő in Ungarn is up also. Up, but nop, in Ungarn is sad. PL is like sandalkening to X, whatever. Mungase, inte se mune, gase. Tartarse, betort in Ungarn is Ipse Holze. Hodegene is mune. Is the old also. And Gaul in Mongolian is fire. Also, but I wanna say mune or mano, Romanian, probably Latin also, Romanian, Hispan, mune mano means men also. Other languages in Anglo-Saxon. And also Latin probably. Means fucking hand. And when the biggest Mongol, all their books are so 26, Wikipedia is 7. Auge. So like today, False Ile. Auge 25 dice. The biggest Mongol, aka Gene, is Khan. They died in China, I don't know. Kini, Ungaria, Romania is Spain. Piano. Piano, why is piano? But similar to Japan name also, right? Fucking hell. So when the Mongols came to Europe, plus the biggest 2 years later, the biggest, and also Francisco Fascissi died on also in this year. Where is it? Look, so when Genghis died. Italia. You know, cos'è? Genghis is the Gis name, right? But Gezu is Jesus in Latin provinces. So the stigmatas of first stigmatic people, men, Francis, and after that others follow, appears when Jesus' name at the biggest Mongol died. And they came into Europe and the Hungarian went back and go there and everything. You know? Not interesting. Plus Genghis is said not died but was born with bloody hand. I guess he said some Japan Chronica says. Or his name is the gun, just letters, right? San Guise. Latin means fucking blood. But bold, so like the Hungarian means tar. Tar, let's say. Without hair. Just a similarity, you know. But bulldog, interesting, bulldog means happy, happy, not to say. Or it comes about not the saints but the lower rank, the blessed ones. Say for blessed also. You know? So Genghis has in his name it's also in Hungarian, so you know, these letters interchange. The keys is hand. And if I think again the Mongol name that tartars keeps holds. So again, so what is all about? What is all this hocus pocus, you know? The bodies of stigmatics appears the wounds of Jesus. And Jesus on the cross. What is all about again? I don't know. Jesus was with a bloody hand. So you know the marks, wound marks of Jesus, that we stigmatic appears. Genghis dies with Jesus' name, plus he was born with bloody hand, plus he has Genghis as the sanguis name. So there was as the ignis also, if I talk about probably that if we think about the stigmatic wounds appeared on their bodies, probably that was burning also. No? So Genghis has the ignis also burning. Now look at those some chronos. But yeah, at first we have, but because it's Hungarian, so not really. So there is a blessed Helen of Hungary. No? They not even made a wiki site with her. You know, Hungarian, not Matthäus. You can find if you search, but Helena, that was not woman, trans men. I guess it, when oh come on man, these are faces from 20th century man. Fucking hell. So they're not even made fucking look. This When he died, it is not known, but I read now an article cited from a source where she says that when somebody says to her that the Tartars are coming, he said not matters because he will not live until death. So died before Tartar invasion, which means he's the, I don't know, you can guess he's the second or maybe he was the first stigmatic. And there was about her, he also said that had all the stigmat of Jesus. Was translate or what. And they're not right many things because about Hungarian things for Hungarians is like I said, they are it's not good then for them to know much because these troops they all again. At the end, there are sources that they died on the 41 here, not known. Yesterday I saw that he said that he will not get before Tartar invasion, before 40 then. Which already close to Franciscan, I want to say, if you know about duplicates, right? So, Franciscan name, right? You got upside down to N and hoe det är? Vrouw. Vrouw means woman in German. It's about Francisco Assisi. Assisi has Jesus name, so woman of Jesus. So it's not, let's put up that blessed Helen, Hungary is the first with Jesus stigmatas or referentie, let's say. Is it fabricated of men and women, or what is it? Cheesecake, the second, I don't know, Jesus' name. Interesting. He's, yeah, so we translate this, but what it's all about. Come on. She was, this Margaret is daughter of King Bela of Hungary, who can be calculated when was born, where she was born around when Tartars invaded Hungary. And this Ilona Helen was her patroness, but they both were nuns, how to say. Nuns who are say that they inflicting pain on themselves for the love of Jesus and all this mental leaders is BS. I'm just saying how you say it. So on the other hand, I want to put up like probably this was first. That's why not easy, not even English wiki. You can find it otherwise if you search. Search it here. It also they say for one of the first stigmata. Yeah, but she died before Tartar invasion. And sometimes I'm saying that the place in Eastern Europe, the Don River can be Hungary, so Central Europe, or even Central Asia. Jag started, so what happened there can be Central Europe or Eastern Europe. So the Tartars crossing Europe here. Oh, no, don't write it. Cross the Don River into Europa, te bytte Kiev en Rus en shit. So, you know, probably when she says that, said in some source that she will not live until the Tartar invasion because it's already mentioned that the Tartars coming, I don't know. So can be this date also, you know. Probably she was Francisca. Frau, woman, you know. Who he died, there was when Tartars entered Europe. Oh yeah, 2 years later, whatever. But 2 years later died Genghis. With Jesus' name. So the biggest Mongol who has Jesus' name not entered in Europe. Here is for a second came in my head that almost the first Hungarian who led the Hungarians the Carpathians. He also not he said he's not he died in Transylvania, so not entered in Pannonia, let's say. So in Hungary. You know. I don't know, maybe Genghis also is a story like so in fact Tartars entered already in Europe, but Genghis is still not dead. But Genghis not entered in Europe, where he was. So you know a little bit. If you give importance to Europe, you give importance to Genghis, you will accept like Attila entered in Europe. You know, but there was be sure that about if you dig after sources when the Mongols entered in Europe, when Genghis died exactly, it's probably even 10 years differences. You know, so it's a mess probably. I was thinking that Genghis also not entered in Europe like first Hungarian. Yeah, I put that together, Hungarian coming date, and look what number shows. Hungarians coming in Europe in West Chronicles data, and this is when the Tartars came in Europe. Jesus number. And here start to appear like I said, right? Stigmatics is Franciscan that blessed Helen of Hungary. But is of course, it's Hungarian is not. You don't find English Wikipedia page. Oh, holy fuck. So here I started to look over who is the. I had this Christina Miserabilis, astonishing. I heard that. Christina just means Christ, Misera. This also died around here, you know. So another woman, let's see how many there are. Before the Tartar invasion. So it's after, you know, okay, they fabricate thousands, putting here and there on chronology. So here also somebody already died. How many there are? Let's say one. Two. Plus here we have also the biggest Hungarian saint, woman considered died also here. Saint Eli, interesting, Eli. No, Jesus says Eli. Isa, right like this, Isa, Bet of Hungary. Died also, died here. Even has the Sabe, woorden, Shabi Hungarian means wound. So Jesus' name has the Jesus says on the cross, his wound name, Hungarian written Ersi Beti Hungarian. Here means small creek, but it means vein also, and Shab means again wound, you know. So interesting, the biggest Hungarian saint woman died also here. And interesting another thing that the Tartar invasion here is born Saint Margaret of Hungary again. I saw in some article that even she had the stigmatas. Born, she dies around this date and say they live at this year, so it can be calculated when he was born, she was born. And is his daughter of Bella IV King, who had even other three saint or blessed is a lower rank like saint. Daughters. It's interesting in Hungary, Appears how many saints then? Or before or right after, how to say? Appear so Elizabeth of Hungary, the Blessed Helen of Hungary. I'll put that here, man. That fucking. They put. Say died there, but some others who say died here. And she says died. She will die. She will die before Tartar invasion. So before which they take. So they entered in Hungary, they entered in Europe. The Hungarian minor chronicles put the Hungarian Tartar invasion. Here already, the second here, until here. We're jumping 3 years because the others who said they go out here, so I don't know. You know where they put. So you know, in big Tartar invasion, but in fucking Hungary, period, let's say before and after, immediately, it is Helena, Elizabeth, Margaret, so right, exactly before, after, at the Tartar invasion, already 3. And Bella King, I guess, has also. Bella King also has a, I don't know. So, you know, but up here in Hungary, I want to start there here. 3 and other, so 6 in one fucking century, up here 6 saint women. In just one century, you know, or blessed ones or whatever. Even is another one, but that goes through 14th century. So let's see how many daughters the guy had. Elizabeth is not his daughter, Bella's daughter, is Andrew's daughter. Andrew's daughter, interesting, only Hungarian king who went. Interesting, and that also, yeah. So before Tartars, the only king who went to Holy Land was Andrew II. The daughter was Saint Elizabeth. In this year, you know, so right, a little bit close to, you know, Holy Land, Hungary, a bunch of saints, Tartar invasion. So what is it? First stigmatics up here. So something is coded here more than fucking Bella. It's called otherwise the second homeland founder. He said because Tartars destroyed the country and he came back and built a fortified country with costless and you know, why to fortify the costless the Carpathians, which is already a natural barrier against nomads, you know. So it's mentally this. Nomads not besiege costless. It's a duplicate story. So Bela of Hungary is Tartar, it was Tartar. Like I said, Soliman, the Turk occupied Hungary, was Hungarian conqueror, Hungarian founder. Bela was Tartar founder, let's say. They fabricated 2 versions, you know. They had a bunch of daughters, look. Even more, eh? What the fuck is... Ah, look at that. I cannot be clicked. Fucking parasites. Ah, so sorry. Come on, man. Saint King, so one saint again, Poland. Saint or not? Not. Anna was some warrior type, I heard. Blessed again, one. So 2 in Poland already. Issue means daughter, children, no? So Margaret, I said already. No, not 3. 5 in total. Stephen was the next king. This I don't know. This was not. Not also seems these two, saint and blessed. So for five in total. 5 saints or blessed ones. Before and after Tartar invasion. And there is other some fucking also Saint Elizabeth, right? Ooh. This is also blessed. There are two of them. I don't know. This is Belos Sans daughter. This is last Hungarian king, Arpadian dynasty king's daughter. So let's say right. So they were born also in after Tartar. Because there was the second Tartar invasion of Hungary, if I take like this, you know. Say put it around here, around, you know. So in fact, if I take that also, these are two blessed ones, born here, how many they are? So in fact, plus 2 blessed again. Had a flying fucker, plus first stigmatics, like I say, Margaret, and also was say stigmatica, and that Helena. You don't know. You know, I knew that was someone there too also. And what I chrono not look at on chrono some other interesting things. Look what he said was born when in fact in Byzantium, died the blackface, one who hele, probably the last biggest Byzantine ruler. Came Alexius, and after that came Andronicus, who is a Pomeco's Jesus, right? So the guy was born here or what? And look what the face man, it is Arab, not European. So, you know, again, some, yes, in all this story, wait a minute, so Andronicus Jesus dies, plus they like this number, Tartars and Hungars clashed with this. You know, 2 years later, they are in Hungary. Interesting that also, probably. Same story, they fabricated a bunch of puzzles and shit. So this guy had, whatever, I don't search, but this is enough, I guess. So Hungary had, before and after first Tartar invasion, immediately 5 saints, and let's say at the time of this Helen is up there, or in the time of was there. If she died before Tartar invasion, which can be for 41, 20 to 32, I don't know. Is some who said puts that she died on this date, others who said put to 70. That's why Wikipedia, you know, so probably this is the moment. And here comes the craziness, but let's look at what is this chrono. So you know, interest. Yeah, because I said already that the Hungarian coming goes it means Jesus on the cross. The stigmatics are hey, wounds of the Jesus on the cross, how to say. Because the Hungarians enter in the Beretska pass, whatever it means to Jesus on the cross. Because BS is all about something else. Hungarian nomads coming from I don't know where to center of Europe is BS also. So we should decode it. I know sounds crazy. Well, what the fuck he says that Hungarian nomads came there, and that means Jesus on the cross. But look, Véres means bloody, Hungarian, his means fucking hand. And archer, they were archers. He also Hungarian archer, but it's the Jesus name, right? He went to Manger. I think that the letter was taken off of the 2nd century book, so Magyar. Magyar is the name of the Magyar, Japanese in 5th century also. You know? Interesting, Jesus entered in Jerusalem on a donkey, but interesting donkey. If I say donkey again, Don Rivera. Tanais, where tartars crossed the Hungars came there. Tanais, Rivera. And Kiev is not Kiev, Ukraine, I don't know what, right? Whatever. But donkey, fucking Romania means Megar. It's not the Magyar name. The Magyar is Hussars. It's similar to horse, Khazar. The Hungars came from Khazaria, Ukraine, Khazaria. Khazaria probably is the golden horde again, back to Tartars and everything, you know. So Jesus entered in Jerusalem on a Magyar, Megar donkey. Or was fucking Hussar. And like I showed in the Hungarian Revolution from 19th century, Hussars coming home is the fucking Hungarians beaten. Nomads. 1,000 years before. I made a video 4 years ago. You know? That's fucking simple. But I don't know what they're quoting. So probably, for me, I could say that Jesus was crucified on Mount Baikos at Bosphorus, probably crucified in Carpathians. Which is border today of Ukraine and Hungary. Not Hungary, because Hungary. And let's see where it goes. Tartars coming. 333. Attila born in 30. Just. Oh yeah, wait a minute. No. Right. Yeah, Hungary, and if I halving this number, Attila dacian Hungarian chronicles here. Because here we have Genghis, right? You know, I made a quick saving something. This is my fucking ass. Where the fuck I put that, man? This, you know, Genghis dies, the biggest Tartar Mongol, biggest other nomad bandit, Hune, dies, Attila dies. This number is Parthian era, Diocletian era of martyrs otherwise. Again, the Parthian era plus is full difference for the rally. Plus is span of moves in Hispania again. He's two S's, you know. Yeah, I want to get to his. But it was his in Hungarian means beliefs. So like a religion. His in Hungarian means beliefs. Whatever. Hispania. You know. But again, goes to when Constantine the Great died. Constantine has the Kunde-satellite, has the Genghis Khan written in a chronicle of Nicephorus Gregoras, a major chronicle, so not just anybody. It is Khan, so sets as a Kunde. And together they give the Hungarian coming, half it gives Huns ending. You know. If I go further, gives a minus, but in after class, here is Dacia occupied. But, you know. So again, somebody in Transylvania, I have to say. Okay, and my other crazy thought, he's my snake, right? Forchette. Ilan was a Helene, that Helen of Hungary probably, let's say, I suspecting as a was the first stigmatic in fact, but als je figure out what means stigmatic. Crossing a place change. Coming out, Yeshi in Romanian, like Jesus. Yeshi means going out. So Tartars coming or somebody, Ungars coming, but something like this. So, what I go I want. So even in this way shows so Genghis died, Attila died, and Constantine died. Ungars came. But this is a stigmatics. Ungars have like I show Archer, Jesus name, Mange, and Major name. Where they enter in Carpathians is bloody hand. Jesus on donkey, but his don't history where from where the Ungars came. I don't know. Where it goes further, man. So Tartars coming in Europe, Dorive crossing, crossing something. 3, Hungars crossing from Tanais. So the sources not say Hungaria, not even for Huns came from Mongolia. Tartars can be put there, but the Hungars not. It's a propaganda. Lie. Oh, fucking hell. Here goes to our Huns appear in Constantinopolis in this year. Or Theophanes, I guess, in this year. Here there goes to Parthian Empire ended. In middle of which, it was more fucking Jesus. Look, it goes back to Attila's Van Die number almost. Olympics era, Hunyadi Saint in picture, Cossack Saint, Polak Saint, America, fucking cornerstone, fucking Jason, man. What the fuck is here, man? Alright, but another idea of mine, Russian language, the there looks like a tree, like a 3 feet, like a fucking emblem, right? So they Saint Margaret, I want to say. Margaret. Why this? So if I put up like a Russian letter or M letter, whatever you look on that, target. Oh. And targitaos is the first Scythian king, Even the year which I calculated here will appear is this. So same ending number where Saint Margaret died in 270. Or something put Ilona. And the Herodotus said with the Borichtenes river, which is the Dnieper, it's there, Targitaos mated, and that's how the Scythians were born. But the other version for Scythian origin is like how you say it? Jove, first Scythian. Scythes was born from a viper body, so snake, woman, and Jove. Jove is, I don't know, John, Noah. Jovan is John. It's like, so we are back to slaves, because I want to say Ilana, Helen, which I suspect that, Helen of Hungary, blessed with the stigmatas. Helen in Hungarian is don't know, but Ilahane, Mongolians means red, interesting, red like blood. Ilan in Turkish, fucking snake. So why exactly, if I suspect that Margaret named Saint Margaret appeared was born at exactly when Tartars invaded, came with the targitaos name, but we think that this is was men and this is women. You know what I want to say, right? And his tutor or older nun who takes care of her is this blessed Helen. This, you know, this is daughter of Bela Amenit of Hungary. Where I put right, so Bela's daughter, who was beaten by Tartars, in that form, and had Helen name. Helen name similar to Ilan, which Mongolian red. The Hungarian red is piros. The Persian letters in sharp in Romania means fucking snake. You know, it's the same thing. But why red and why snake? I don't know. Genghis also can be bloody. So and Targitaos also has the Tartar name if you want, right? Herodotus says that before the Targitaos, no Scythia lived in Scythia, and they call this Bela who had this three daughters, saints, and all these other four around it, saints and blessed, that he was the second homeland founder. So founding of Hungary, in fact, they want to say founding of Tartaria, let's say, because Tartars and Scythia. And this is our first times story, beginning, how to say. This is appears in Diodorus Siculus, who otherwise says that Scythes sons were Naples and Palos. And before King Bela dies in this year, and his last Stefan is son again, and again his son dies here, and all these saint women, Helen or Margaret died here also. Here they divide the Hungarian kingdom. Stefan has to stay on like Naples, and Bela has to like Bela or Palos, The same story in Aftek, guys, met someone. It can be smeared at least, Who's is some Jesus story? Which is the real fucking shit, I don't know. But this chrono again, if it's stigmatics appear, genghis with Jesus' name, stigmata means Jesus, atila, good number, atila again does great Constantine the Great, but his name similar to scythes, like Constantine. They are the same way. There are two Attila died year distance. Died both also, not just, But they are the same man. Wat I wanted here. Morgen targitaos. But yeah, the last Hungarian king dies here and like I calculate and visit the targitaos appeared here. So there Scythian start here Hungarian king domains. Last Hungarian king dies. And this goes with the Roman, first Hungarian leader. Difference goes to Rome was founded. Rome again, this goes to snake, because Roma, war is snake in Persian. The Persian is the sharp name, Romanian, Moranian, means a snake, But they both have snake names in their own language. So snake distance here interesting. Goes to first Hungarian born and look what number. 8 is looks like a snake, right? All these things are the same. But just teased my mind a little bit that blessed Hungarian Helen, Dominican nun, stigmatic, they put always the OCC. So when she died, he saw Christ in the army of the saints. He had visions before. Later, when she died, people were healing. You know, the saints at the burials of the saints, the people are healing. Heal again. Heal. Healing in English, Ilona Hungarian, Helene. But heal also interesting. So some sickness was and some saviors came to, I don't know, Helios' son again. Snake venom is said. They put no pharmacy says snake that what the fuck is called the snake symbol. Margaret, so Margaret also can be Helen because more snake Garret. Grateful, what? I don't know. Garret in Hungarian is kind of like road, you know. And interesting when the snakes opened mouth with you know want to bite you, you see his throat. I don't know. Or his Adam Eve story at the start, the beginning, you know. He went the viper body, we say, not say the snake, viper body. He also has the, you know, that form, Eve. There was a wire, swamp and wamp, erase, you know, interesting that also. Hungarians came from Tanais River, but Azov Sea, which is always called Meotian swamps. Tartars crossed there. So exactly, you know, when Genghis biggest Jesus name and Tartar, Dacian and Tartars enter Europe appeared as stigmatics. Plus Tartars, and if I go with Scythian origin version, that first Scythian was born from viper body woman. The first Hungarian woman in the century, Margaret is targitaos name. The other version says the Scythians appear with targitaos. So the targitaos has a Tatar name, you know. And that blessed Helena has the Elon name is a Turkish mistake. Plus probably she was the first stigmatic. But what is stigmata there was? Well, let's see how many there are before Tartar invasion. This is famous, this I heard that. Christina astonishing, I guess, or something. Mystic and shit. What was nationalities put in Belgium? One, two, one, two, three with Francisco. Francisco, I even read it, so not me inventing. Most stigmatized are women. So Francisco is fucking Frau, is woman. So three, no, four. How many were? One, okay, one, two, there are two, three. Is up there. Those also three. They probably put Helen of Hungary here also because I find that this is searching for that. No, here look. So there are three until now. 40 fuck. And there are not many. So let's say before so around when Francis and that Helena, right? And Christina to astonishing seems. Yeah, also, and this is also. So there are three. So before 40, let's say. Holy shit. Hoppa, here is another one, somebody. 4. Is also woman. 4. Ah. Holy fucking hell. No, no, where is the Hungary? Not they took out or here is it. They put it 70, but like I said, the not sure. There are some 4. Some other 4 who are also in the same century. So 13th century. Like I guess was 4 others like this. So you know, 8 stigmatics plus in Hungary just only, including that Helen also and Margaret were also stigma. Margaret is not considered a stigmatic. There was what big BS is. Look what they say. She died in 72, 70 it can be known. She died otherwise. Christopher, Piroska or Priska. But Piroska Hungarian means ready. This day is January, you know. Yeah, he died in this date. I saw the source. But look when was canonized. So we live in the 13th century, was only canonized here. So made saint, you know. So when they're waiting for this is you can see again the BS is no fucking way that no fucking real history this shit, you know. This history is fake again. Made a quick call when she was born. Gives the moose. Cimmerians, what a flying fuck. Meanwhile, let's say, American war German Americans land in fucking Europe to the moves first time versus Constantinopolis, dies Last Stefano, so Avarsen, I don't know. But you know, it's mental fucking illness. So it was here, probably the proofs must be presented to somebody to be canonized, you know, not just somebody say it here and there and, you know, whatever. So, why they are Dominicans? Interesting. So probably this is a targitaos, scythians appearing scythian story, not some hocus pocus mental illness, saints who are suffering for fucking Jesus who not existed in that form, in mental form. What the heck I want to read there? Alright, whatever. Yeah, she was born, she died on this date, which is Saint Priska Hungarian this day, you know. There are 2 of them, I guess, but one is I know, look. Priska Hungarian is said translated as Piroshka. It even has read Pirosh can be snake, but snake Ilan in Turkish. But Ilan similar to Helen and Ilula. So the older woman who was known, who took care of Margaret, royal princess girl, who also has stigmatas and saint, probably the same stories they are saying. They Piroshka Hungarian also gives this, you know. And interestingly, again, for a second, that the daughter and only daughter of biggest Hungarian saint king, Ladislaus, she is also saint, otherwise, he's also called Piroshka, you know. Just, you know, biggest Hungarian saint king, biggest Mongol, biggest Jesus, biggest stigmatas things here around here. So Somewhere they are connecting probably. But it was, wait a fucking minute, I saw some date came out with this man, but alright, I don't know what I was calculating. Here Ladislaus, father of that Piroshko, died in 3040, was mother of Manuelis, last biggest Byzantine, was blackface, but that goes to the Sandark things. What the heck was with this? Calculated like this. Ah yeah, Saint Ladislaus of Hungary is canonized. Saladin died. Saladin is Ladislaus, the same name again, you know. Meanwhile, before shortly he died, Andronicus prototype of Jesus of Flamenco. 33 years later, appears the first stigmatic, let's say, 32 years. And Genghis dies. The Tartars ain't in Europe, you know. Again, so again at 33. Because another 33 was with this, or how it was. Oh yeah, I put that in this. Oh, this time, because can be, like I said, 4 years in most cases, not fucking money. If I put the Genghis died here, Attila died here, Attila was born out there, wait a minute. Genghis died here, Attila was born here, constant sample is edificated, Hungarian coming date. If I take the Genghis Khan from their date, Genghis died, Attila born. Hungarian coming today, conventional date, our Huns coming in Hungary again, you know. This is another date for Huns in Mongolia, Gallia, France. Beside this date, you know. It's fucking crazy, I don't know what. Plus, interesting looking number. Oh yeah, went up to Hitler something, man. Where the fuck? Oh yeah, here it goes up to Hitler. Let's count. Jesus, Genghis, let's say Jesus died. Why not? Died. Jesus was not Southern. Everything is upside down in history. Jesus was a Scythian at least. So, which means Hun or Tartar or whatever. Atlantean, Hyperborean, I don't fucking care. Constantine died. Decebale. And Robert Gordon, a historian from the 19th century, said that can be possible that Attila was restaurator of the Decebalus Dacian kingdom. You know, so he dies. Trajan occupies Dacia, Romana. Attila died, but he dies also Decebal. So we have another big guy. Jesus Phoenix Cyclenamber and the Gokturk Empire starts in Central Asia, but extends to Eastern Europe also, Central Eurasia. So another Tartaria. And we are coming back down to close number which says that the Tartars coming to Europe. So this is another Tartaria, right? Gokturk Empire. Goes to Hungary is fucking founded. Gezo died. I saw the exact this day 7 and 8. Father of Stefan died. So another Gezu Genghis name, you know. Here the Hunya, the last big Hungarian king, Matthias Corvinus the Raven, everything is black here. Hunya is entering picture and shit. Goes with 1 year off to fucking Hitler. Further, I don't know. Anunnaki something, no. Yeah, I write that here that if you go in minus, goes up Hitler. It's crazy, man. Oh, here's something other. Here with Dalai Lama date, fucking. Then there's the Disobolus. Yeah. Wait a fucking minute. Where was that? So here died the Decebale, king of the Dacians. Here starts, here the king of Turks is Disobolus, so like Decebalus, you know. And the Turks name and the Thracian name, because the Dacians were named with Thracians before. This is Eurasian story at least, you know. So not this is the Tartarian story, let's say. But the big question is what is with this Jesus on the cross and stigmatics and the Tartars coming in Europe? Exactly what means? Not that nomads coming, it is something else. Here again, duplicate probably. Francis is one of these women. We will see how many more probably all these 8, how many are numbered or 4 women. Helen name similar to Luna, also interesting. Wait a minute, Luna and Moon gods, no? Even a crazy American say for girl or girl. And the Hungarian Lani, so like Ilane or Luna is girl. Ilani is my snake. And the woman has snake forms because they are curvy, what they say. Ive Hungary is the unge, and the snake in Latin is anguis. Anguis, wait a fucking minute. So Helen, Margaret has the more Persian for a snake. Garrett, let's say, is throat, I don't know. Helen, Elizabeth, let's say, just wound, Jesus or whatever. You don't know, Helen is a snake in Turkish. Fucking genghis is the ignis, has the sanguis, has the blood in Latin, has the anguis also. You know, but war snake, and here comes again the big saints, you know, with the stigmatas and shit. War snake, the snake was similar to SANCTUS, which means saint in Latin, you know. So all these fabricants and everything, man, saints, pagans, Adami, who is not, whatever, you know, because that probably came heroes. Alright, I don't even know what to give. You know, Hungary have a bunch of saints, stigmatics also. Other places also. The biggest Jesus named Tartar died. The Tartars entered in Europe. Plus, if we go with some chrono, you can see that it duplicates it. Roman Empire, same with Tartar, Gok, Turk, Dacia, Huns, what to say, you know. Hungarian kingdoms, whatever. Alright, that's it. One fucking